Good morning, students. Today we will be discussing solution of a quadratic equation by factorization. This is your exercise 4.2. Let's see the first question. Find the roots of the following quadratic equations by factorization. For this question, students, you should know what are the roots. What is the root of a quadratic equation? That is the value of x for which the equation holds to be true. Okay, here we are using middle term splitting. Okay, now let's see the first question. The first question is x square minus 3x minus 10 equal to 0. The first step you have to do is compare the quadratic equation given to you to the general form of the quadratic equation. What is the general form of quadratic equation? It is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Here a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 3 and c is equal to minus 10. You can see that a here is 1. That is, the coefficient of x square is 1. So, it is easy for you to split the middle term. How will you split the middle term? Here, c is negative 10 and b is negative 3. So, you have to split the middle term negative 3 in such a way that when you multiply the two numbers, you should get negative 10 and when you add, you should get negative 3. Once again, this is the method how you split the middle term. If the coefficient of x square is 1, you will find two numbers in such a way that the product of the two numbers is negative 10 and their sum is negative 3. Which are the two numbers? When you multiply, you should get negative 10. That is negative 5 and positive 2. How will you conclude that 5 is having negative sign and 2 is having positive sign? I'll show you. When you add, the second condition is that when you add, you should get negative 3. When will you get negative 3 as a sum? When the larger number is having negative sign, your sum will have negative sign. That is, negative 5 plus 2 gives you negative 3. Negative 5 into positive 2 gives you negative 10. This is how you split the middle term. Now, from the first two terms, you can see x is a common term. So, you are taking x out, x into x minus 5, and from the third and fourth term, you can see 2 as the common term. 2 outside, 2 into x minus 5. So, here from these two terms, you can see x minus 5 is a common term. So, you will take it out. X minus 5 into x plus 2. How will you find the root of the equation? You will equate each of these terms to 0. X minus 5 is equal to 0 means x is equal to 5 and x plus 2 equal to 0. You will get x is equal to minus 2. Clear? So, this is the first method of factorization, that is splitting the middle term. Now, we will see what happens if your a is not equal to 1. Second question, 2x square plus x minus 6 equal to 0. Now, can you tell me what is the value of a here? Here, a is equal to 2, b is equal to 1 and C is equal to minus 6. So students, stop here. Think for a while. Here you will not consider negative 6 as the product. The first step you have to do is find the product of A and C. What is that? Find the product of A and C. 2 into negative 6. What is 2 into negative 6? 2 into negative 6 is negative 12. So you have to split this term in such a way that when you multiply you should get negative 12, and when you add the two numbers you should get positive 1. What is the first step? Multiply the first coefficient and the last constant. You will get negative 12. 2 into negative 6, negative 12. You will split the middle term in such a way that you will get the product as negative 12 and their sum as positive 1. Which are the two numbers? That is positive 4x minus 3x. You know 4 into negative 3 is negative 12. 4 plus negative 3 is positive 1. Now taking out the common terms you will get 2x into x plus 2 minus 3 into x plus 2. Students, don't think that this minus will come here. You are taking out negative 3 as common. That's why this negative sign changed to positive sign here. Why? Because you are taking negative 3 as the common term. So what are the factors? X plus 2 and 2x minus 3 are the factors of this quadratic equation. The roots of this equation are x plus 2, if you equate it to 0 you will get minus 2, and 2x minus 3 if you equate it to 0 you will get x is equal to 3 by 2. This is how you split the middle term when the coefficient of x square is not 1. We'll see another example. Here let us read the question. Root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. Here also you can see that the coefficient of x square is not 1. Then what is the coefficient of x square? Here it is root 2. So what is the next step? You will multiply root 2 with 5 root 2. What is 5 root 2 into root 2? You know that 5 root 2 into root 2 is 5 into 2, 10. So how will you split the middle term? You should split the middle term in such a way that you will get two numbers. Its product should be 10 and its sum should be 7. Clear? Now here you will split the term as 5x plus 2x. Let's see what is the product of 5 and 2. 5 into 2 is 10. What is the sum of 5 and 2? 5 plus 2 is 7. Clear? Now taking out the common terms. Here you can see only x is common. So we'll take x outside. X into root 2x plus 5. And here you can see root 2 as common. 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. So root 2 is outside. You can write root 2x plus 5. Taking out the common terms and you will get the factors as first factor root 2x plus 5 and the second factor x plus root 2. How will you get the roots? Each factor you will equate it to 0. If I equate root 2x plus 5 equal to 0, I'll get minus 5 by root 2 or x. The other one, if I this equate it to 0, x is equal to minus root 2. Is that clear? Next one. Here also, this I have taken for explanation because you have a fraction as a constant. That's why I took this example for explanation. Here we are taking 1 by 8 as common. What will happen? You will multiply the entire term with 8. 8 is the denominator here. So 8 into 2 16 x square, 8 into 1 8 and plus 1. And we took 1 by 8 as common term. So what is there? 16x square minus 8x plus 1. How did you get this? You multiplied the whole equation with the denominator. Now we'll split the middle term. How will you split the middle term? Here the coefficient of x square is 16. 16 into 1, 16. So you should split in such a way that you will get two numbers whose product is 16 and whose sum is negative 8. Which are the two numbers? 4x and minus 4x. You can see minus 4 plus minus 4 is minus 8. Minus 4 into minus 4 is 16. Clear? Now you can see that it is 4x minus 1 the whole square. Equating it to 0, you will get x is equal to 1 by 4 or x is equal to 1 by 4. Hope you understood the concept, students. So first thing, you have to compare the given equation with the general form, that is ax square plus bx plus c. Then check whether your coefficient of x square is 1, or if it is not 1, multiply a and c and split the middle term in such a way. We'll go to the next one.